Hello. Welcome back to my channel. And thank you so much for supporting my previous video. A lot of you guys mentioned that it was helpful. I received a lot of calls, DMs, text messages saying that the previous video was really helpful and that you guys would love for me to make similar videos. Here I am, and I'm really excited to go ahead with today's video. Anything that I say is going to be on the basis of my personal experience, and that it might or might not work out for you. But hey, like most of the options that I would give you would be free of cost. Today, I will be helping you with 5 tips to keep in mind while choosing a right profession for yourself. Well, I'm definitely going to help you with the tips that have helped me. Profession is something that you might or might not live with for the rest of your life. There was a time in my life where me and my friends were really confused about what profession to choose, because you really like something but you're not sure if you really can make that your profession. Things that I did in my life which helped me decide what was the right profession for me. I also have some of my friends who still struggle with understanding why they are not happy with their job. Career choices can be important part of your life because most of the time you might end up working, you might choose a profession and you might find yourself not being happy about the job, and hence it is very important what kind of profession you choose, if that suits you or not. You know what, I got you. I'm gonna help you with all the tips that have helped me pick my profession. Tip number 1: try. Well, I understand it might be difficult trying to do that job before even having the education or the required qualifications for it. But you know what? Before investing a huge amount of money in that education, what you can do is, when you have a summer break or if you have a chance, then try out internships or jobs which are relating to the same profession. That way, you're not going to waste your time understanding if that's the right thing for you to do or not. You don't know what reality is or how it actually looks like. So I would suggest that before investing a huge amount of money, try that out and see if it suits you. Might as well, if you're trying an internship or a job, that you might realize that within that job you do not want to do what you thought you wanted to do, and you probably are interested in another task within the same job profile. So I believe that it is very important to choose your job with experience. So I believe that it is very important for someone who has no idea how the job actually looks like to try and do certain internships or do certain summer jobs and figure out if that's really what they want to do in future, and if that would make you happy. Because you guys, let's agree, we can do any job and get money out of it, but would you be really satisfied with that job if you had to do it for the rest of your life? Think about it. Tip number 2: do not do it because your friends or family are asking you to do it. Well, I understand that your family or your parents might be concerned about you, and they might want you to pick a certain career option because your father did that or your mother did that. Especially if we come from a country like India, our family play an important role in all the decisions that we make. When or choosing an option which your parents or your family members did not choose might seem like a taboo in some of the families. But hey, you know what? I would say that just go with your gut feeling and just go with what you want to do instead of listening to your peers or family members. Well, my father, he was into pharmaceuticals, and my mother is a banker. So when I decided to take up something which is not relating to their professions, there were a lot of questions that were asked that, oh, your dad is from a science background and your mom is from a commerce background. How are you not choosing any of those? You know why? Because I'm not interested in that. I would say that do not pick a certain career option or profession just because your family has done it I know a lot of friends who come from law background, which means that their great grandfather, their grandfather, and their father have been a lawyer, and they expect their kids to be a lawyer because they have a history of the same profession. But if that is something that does not suit them, they don't want to do that, and that's absolutely all right. You do not want to do something because your friends are doing it or because your family is in the same profession. What is important by the end of the day is job satisfaction and your happiness. That is something that's going to make you happy, and you would always look back and think that what would happen if I would choose the profession that I really liked. Well, I had some friends when I left high school who wanted me to choose the same profession as them because we would get into the same college and then we would get to spend more time together. But I was very honest about what I wanted to do. Hence, because my friends were choosing a certain profession, I definitely did not want to do that. So look out for that and do not do certain things because your friends or your family members are asking you to do it. Tip number three, it is okay to switch. You guys, I know so many people who have switched their careers because they felt that they were not happy doing it. Trust me, it is okay to switch your careers when you realize that you're not happy doing that. Let me tell you what happened with me. I got a master's in English literature back in India, and I always wanted to be a writer. And well, I thought I wanted to be a writer, but then I became a writer and I figured out that that's not what I want to be. It just did not feel like my purpose in life. I realized that it was not making me happy. I mean, writing still makes me happy, but doing it for myself makes me happy. Not having it as a profession, it just felt like there was something better that I could do. I picked another career line, and that is absolutely all right. It does not matter what age you are at or what stage in your life you are at. If you feel that you can afford it and that is something that is doable, go for it. And it is absolutely okay to switch your career at any given point in life because it is something that will make you happy, and you don't have to be concerned about what people will think and what is your age and is this the right time to do it. If you feel like your job or your career that you have chosen is not making you happy, go for it. Go switch it and see if that makes you happy. If that doesn't, switch it again. It is absolutely all right to do it. It is your life and you are in control of your life. Tip number four, career counseling and tests. If you can afford a career counselor, then go ahead and talk to your career counselor now, because if you are confused about what you want to pick in your life, that is absolutely all right. Not everyone knows that what they want to do is you might have a couple options in your mind and you wouldn't know what you would be best at, and it is absolutely all right to be in that position because I understand that, making career decisions early in your life can be a bit difficult, but there are a lot of career counselors out there. If you cannot afford a career counselor, or if you feel that you don't need to go out and seek help from a career counselor, then you can look up online, do your research, and find tests that will be self-help tests. I cannot assure if the test that you choose will be more reliable than the career counselor option, but there are career counselors, there are tests out there which might be helpful for you, and you make the decision yourself. And if you're confused, you have options out there. You don't have to pick something for the sake of picking because your friends are picking something and you just need to write it on a form. Go ahead, do your research, understand what the job you would like to choose pays like, if you would be happy doing it or not, and pick the right profession accordingly. Tip number five, please understand that there's difference between hobby and a job. A lot of people are confused if they should take up their hobby as their job and then realize that they are not happy doing that, and they realize that they should have differentiated between the hobby and the job. Now I understand that works out for a lot of you guys. I know a lot of friends who picked their hobby as their job, as their career, and they are very happy and satisfied in their life. But at the same time, I also know other people who have picked their hobby as their job, and they certainly do not seem happy doing that. They regret that decision and they feel that they should have separated the both so that they can work on their hobby when they have their free time and they can work for money, which is their job. So please make sure that you differentiate the both and realize or do your research if your hobby is going to serve you well if you pick that as your job or your career option. It is absolutely all right to pick your hobby as your career, but please make sure you do the required research. There are times when you would realize that your hobby is just something you love to do, and if you're not getting enough paid for it, that might disappoint you, and hence you might start not liking your hobby anymore, and that's not really a healthy thing to do. I feel that as humans we should have something as our hobby, and mixing the hobby and career might be a bit difficult or might work out for some of you guys. Here we come to an end of this video. Please let me know in the comment section, what do you feel about this? What do you think about doing more such videos? Please give me more suggestions in the comment section. If you know me personally, just DM me and let me know what other videos would you like to see. If please let me know. Again, thank you so much for supporting me for my last video. It felt really nice for you guys to support me and to hear that the last video that I made was really helpful for you guys. I hope this video is helpful too, and see you until next time.